Hello, everyone. Today we have a truly special guest joining us, someone who has conquered one of the toughest postgraduate dental entrance exam in India with exceptional determination and focus. Meet Dr. Ritam, the proud achiever of All India Rank 1 in INICET, May 2026. A true role model for every dental aspirant, Dr. Rita, who will be sharing her preparation journey, the strategies that worked, and the obstacles she overcame on her path to this remarkable success. Whether you're preparing for NEET MDS or INICET or any competitive dental exam, this conversation is packed with the golden tips and motivation that could reshape your preparation approach. So grab your notebook and get ready to be inspired. And let's dive into the success story of Dr. Ritam journey to All India Rank 1 in INICET. Welcome to the channel, Dr. Ritam. First of all, a big congratulations on your outstanding achievement. We are excited to hear all about your experience and learn from your journey.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. So, can you introduce yourself and share your INICET rank and also NEET rank and score?
Okay, ma'am. So I am Ritam Arora, and I did my BDS from Jamia Millia Islamia, Delhi, and my INICT rank is a year one, and in NEET MDS I ranked 33rd.
Okay. So, what inspired you to pursue your career in dentistry and also wishing to specialize in the MDS?
So yeah, I had an appointment with the dentist recently. So when I went there and I was preparing for my NEET UG that time. So after definitely first choice definitely for every medical student is MBBS. But second choice my would be कि definitely I wanted to do if in medical field is dentistry only. So when I got my rank was around something I exactly don't remember, but I was like 5 to 10 marks short in MBBS government seat. So then I decided, okay, if I do something, I shall do dentistry because that was what excited me that time.
Nice. So, when did you actually start preparing for your INICET and NEET MDS? And how did you divide your preparation timeline? Can you walk us through your first month until the last month of before giving the exam?
So definitely my preparation started during my internship days. So initially we used to not take pulse to our college. And whenever we used to get time between patients or after OPD hours, we used to send me and my friend used to sit and do pulse explanations, interview questions. So, but with the increased internship load, I used to didn't I didn't get time to manage it correctly. So I wasn't consistent that time. So then my preparation was lagging somewhere. In the last few months, I did complete my syllabus. I did revision twice or thrice. But at the end of in the last few months, I realized that somewhere my preparation wasn't up to the mark. So then I decided I got around 1500 rank in MBS and INICET I got around 600 rank. So I decided to give my whole year to preparation only. So this year I gave completely to my studies, and that's how I got such marks.
In initial first few months, was it just a first reading, or did you used to revise in between? How used to be your day-to-day thing? Can you walk us through your typical study day and like how many hours did you study, and also how did you avoid the burnout?
So initially, I used to study around 7 to 8 hours daily. So
Okay.
3 to 4 hours in the day and around 4 to 5 hours in the night. So I used to work really well in the night. I'm a night person, so I used to plan my studies accordingly, so I will get more time in night. So if I would say that I had to do a subject, I would divide it accordingly. That I would do my lectures, whatever lectures of that subject I am revising. I will do it in the day, and at night I will do the MCQs of Pulse. So in a day, I would do this, and then next few days, 2 or 3 days for the subject, I would go through pulse explanation, synopsis, and app questions or whatever material I have gathered about that. So in a day, in 3 to 4 days, I used to complete my subject in my first reading.
Oh.
And in subsequent readings, definitely, when I was revising the subject, it took me around 2 days, sometimes one day. So in the last few months.
So which books and online platforms did you rely on the most for the theory and the MCQ practice?
So my primary resource was definitely my lecture notes and smart notes. I made my notes through them only. And then I used to compile everything from pulse, explanations, synopsis, and everything into my notes only. So whenever you used to revise, I used to revise everything in completely in one go. So that was what helped me in revising everything in a short time. And the other resources which I used are basically YouTube videos. YouTube videos, especially for physiology, then for medicine. Some subjects, some topics were there which I was not confident about. So I used to search about the topics and I used to watch videos on YouTube available. Uh, so I would say I watched Rajesh Gupta's video. They were used mainly for MBBS students, but actually they help a lot to understand concepts. So apart from that, I would say Telegram channels. Any Telegram channel, they would post some regular day-to-day questions. So I used to solve them also. So yeah, that's what. Ma'am, your voice. You got.
Uh, so how did you revise and retain subjects like general pathology, pharmacology, and dental materials effectively?
So, ma'am, general path was like, yeah, I have already, I always enjoyed general path. So it wasn't much of a problem for me to revise general path as a whole subject. Some topics like, some topics I found difficult, but I used to discuss with my friends, then it was easy for me to do that. General path was like that, and general pharma, I used Sparsh Gupta MCQs for that. So I used to solve general pharma from that, and then I used to add some notes into my notebook, and then used to revise it regularly. So that helped me in general pharma. And regarding
Dental materials and pathology.
dental materials is basically an objective subject now, so we have a lot of values are there. So I used to write them and used to revise it like weekly. So whenever I used to get time and again I'm getting bored, so I used to flip the notebook open and used to revise it that like that.
So, what was your strategy for solving MCQs daily, and how many did you aim to solve per day?
So, initially, I didn't started with like I have to solve this many questions. I made a target like I have to complete this subject. So after completing my lecture notes and synopsis, I used to do all pulse questions starting from the chapter wise initial questions and past year questions. Then I used to do everything available in the app. In any coaching which I have joined, I used to complete the app questions, any test series which was ongoing or any past test I have given, I used to revise that also. Around I guess 700 questions, 1,000 questions I used to revise daily.
So, how did you utilize the previous year questions? Do you think that's still relevant?
I guess they are relevant. They are definitely helpful because they are definitely high yield topics. So dental pulse is definitely the primary resource, but I used it primarily to identify the high yield topics, and I used to study them, and I used to pulse to definitely test my conceptual understanding. That whatever I have read, am I able to solve questions based on that? So instead of just doing questions because they have come in exams, I don't think that is now helpful because the questions nowadays are more applied. So your concept should be good for that.
So, did you follow any particular 3-month phase or a spaced repetition method?
No, I didn't do it like that. I made a personal timetable according to myself that I have to complete my syllabus. First reading I have to do thoroughly, and then in subsequent readings I have to reduce my time so that for last few months I used to revise my subject in a day or two because sometimes the subjects were lengthy like ortho, OP, that used to take around 2 to 3 days. But apart from that, I used to revise one subject a day in the last few months.
What were your low moments during preparation, and how did you stay motivated through them?
So definitely, every aspiring MDS student has some low moments. So definitely, I also had some, but I used to overcome them by talking to my parents. I am single child. I talk to my parents, my friends, and my friends also are preparing for NEET. So I used to talk to them. They also used to share their moments. So yeah, by talking to them, I used to realize that I'm not alone in this. There are several persons, people out there who are suffering like this only. So yeah, they used to motivate me, and I used to motivate them. So yeah, I used to do like that.
Nice. So, did you ever face peer pressure or self-doubt, and how did you deal with it?
Not peer pressure. My peers were, I guess, like actually helpful.
Okay.
Whenever I used to feel demotivated, they used to send long messages to me that you are doing good, you will do good, just have faith in yourself. So yeah, I didn't feel any peer pressure like that. My friends were quite helpful in that.
Okay. Okay. And what was your actual INICET exam experience and also your NEET MDS experience? Were there any surprises or tricky sections that you faced during the exam for both the exams?
INICET surprised me a lot because in November INICET was quite different from the May one. So yeah, definitely the questions were different, like multiple MCQs with multiple options and match the following true and wrong statements. So yeah, that paper was a bit different. So it was a surprise. And but I have faced such questions in my test series, so I used to tackle that questions.
So, what is the three mistakes that students should avoid during the INICET preparation and also NEET MDS preparation?
So I feel that now students they gather too much of resources, materials, coaching notes from one coaching, another coaching, and then they at the last moment when they are not able to revise all of them, they feel burdened and overwhelmed. So I decided in my initial days only that I will focus on one material only, and in my first reading only I will make notes well, and in my subsequent reading I will revise them only. Questions I will do whatever questions I get on Instagram, YouTube, I'll do that. If I don't know any concept, I'll read about that. But I won't focus on gathering much material. So yeah, that mistake I feel many students do because they ask also that what else you did apart from this. So instead of revising that, so revise whatever you have well, and that would really help you.
Okay.
And another mistake they do that they don't focus much on the weak subjects. They say that this is my weak subject, but they don't focus on that. So they keep on delaying that we'll do it. So yeah, that's what I feel that they should work hard if they are weak in some subject.
So, what is your final message to INICT aspirants who are struggling or feeling low right now?
So I think that they should make daily targets. They shouldn't focus on the rank that I have to get this much rank or this pressure because that would make them more anxious. So initially, you should make small goals like 20 questions a day, 50 questions a day. I have to finish this subject a day. So that would help them to go through their preparation phase much easily than focusing on the rank and the final day exam. So start preparing slowly, and in each then definitely you will get better as your preparation ends.
Thank you so much, Ritam, for sharing your journey, for sharing your story, and also sharing the kind of struggles that you went through, what worked out for you. I'm pretty sure the students who are listening to this interview would be really inspired by your courage, and I'm pretty sure that they will get inspired to work more harder. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.